What is up, everybody? JT Dangerous once again. I am here to do my 2019 Stanley Cup Finals prediction. Now, we are down to the final two teams to see who will win this year's Stanley Cup title between the Eastern Conference champions, the Boston Bruins, facing the Western Conference champions, the St. Louis Blues. So I'm very excited to do my Stanley Cup Final prediction for you guys this year, and I hope you guys do enjoy. Now, a record. Coming into the Cup Final, after a not too bad conference final, we went 1-1. So our overall record coming in is 4-10. So this was not our best year. I'll even admit it, we got our ass kicked, but I always know there's always room for improvement next year. So hopefully in this video, we will cap off a very rough year when it came to the Stanley Cup playoffs on the channel by finishing up strong and getting our first postseason winning record. Hopefully. Now, if you have not checked out my All Elite Wrestling's Double or Nothing prediction that I put up on Monday, definitely go check it out. If you haven't, as always, show your support on all of my videos and the channel by watching these videos, super kicking those like buttons, hitting that notification bell, commenting your picks, your opinions, and representing your NHL teams in the comment sections down below. Now, if this is your first time watching my channel today, as a first time viewer, and this is your first video, boy, pick to go in if you're a huge NHL fan like myself and you're ready for this year's Stanley Cup Finals. Welcome to the Dangerous Alliance. I am JD Dangerously. Welcome to the club, because this club is just two. Whoop whoop! Again, thank you guys so very much. Now, other than that, let's get right into the Stanley Cup Finals predictions. Let's start off with the Eastern Conference champions, the Bruins, coming off their 4-game sweep of the Carolina Hurricanes, and the Bruins are back in the Stanley Cup Finals for the first time since 2010. They're looking to win their 7th Stanley Cup title in their storied franchise's career, and they're also looking to bring another major championship to Boston, because the Red Sox won the World Series. The Patriots won the Super Bowl this past February. Matt Taven is the Ring of Honor World Champion, and the Bruins are looking to add the Stanley Cup to that big icing on the cake. Now, this Bruins squad coming in have the distinct advantage because they have Stanley Cup Finals experience. Most of their players have been in the Stanley Cup Finals before and have won the Stanley Cup, unlike the Blues. So this Bruins team is definitely coming in strong, and they're coming in to finish the job and get their 7th title. Now, players to look out for on this Bruins squad in the Stanley Cup Finals, players like Brad Marchand, 7 goals, 11 assists. David Krejci, 4 goals, 10 assists. David Pastrnak, 7 goals, 8 assists. Torrey Krug with a goal and 11 assists. Patrice Bergeron with 8 goals, 5 assists. Charlie Coyle with 6 goals, 6 assists. And their fantastic goaltender, Tuukka Rask, with an impressive 12-5 record. Then on the other side, you have the St. Louis Blues coming off their series win tonight over my San Jose Sharks. And let me just say something about the Sharks season this year ending here. I could not have been prouder. Even if they didn't make the Stanley Cup Finals, which I was hoping and praying they would, they showed that they got the heart that they can win. They can find a way to make it to the playoffs next season and quite possibly win the Cup. But I will have to give the props to the St. Louis Blues for winning the series tonight. Best of luck against the Boston Bruins, St. Louis, and congratulations for winning the Western Conference. Now, this is the 4th trip to the Stanley Cup Finals for the St. Louis Blues, and it's their first since 1969. 50 years since the Blues have made it back to the Stanley Cup Finals. And I had to do some research that the St. Louis Blues made it in their first 3 years in the NHL, made it to 3 straight Stanley Cup Finals. And ironically enough, they didn't win any of them. They were swept by Montreal twice, and ironically enough, this is a rematch of the 1969 Finals because the Blues were swept by these same Boston Bruins in 4 games. So this Blues squad is looking to win their franchise's first Stanley Cup title, and they're looking to bring a title to St. Louis for the first time since the St. Louis Cardinals brought the World Series title home back in 2011. So it's been a long time since a St. Louis sports team has brought a championship home. Now, you got some great players on this St. Louis Blues squad. You got players like Alex Pietrangelo, Jaden Schwartz, David Perron, Vladimir Tarasenko, Ryan O'Reilly, and their fantastic goaltender, Jordan Binnington. So, coming from me in this year's Stanley Cup Finals between the Bruins and the Blues, I can see this series going 6, possibly 7, maybe even 5, but coming from me, I just think Stanley Cup playoff experience is key, and the Bruins have it. So I'm going to go with the Boston Bruins to defeat the St. Louis Blues and win their 7th Stanley Cup title. And those are my 2019 Stanley Cup Final prediction. Now, I want to thank you guys so very much for watching this video today. Comment below, who do you have winning the Stanley Cup between the Bruins and the Blues? If you're a Blues fan, use the hashtag #WeAllBleedBlue and let me know how many games it will take for your team to win their first Stanley Cup title in franchise history. And if you're a Bruins fan, use the hashtag NHLBruins and let me know how many games it will take for the Bruins to bring home their 7th Stanley Cup title. And as always, represent your NHL team in the comment section. Even if they didn't make the playoffs or they were eliminated and they're looking for lottery picks, still represent them in the comment section. Let's have a conversation about it. Of course, I'm always on to see your comment, like it, and of course reply right back to you because comments are absolutely always welcome on this channel. I do want to thank you guys so very much for watching all of my picks for the Stanley Cup playoffs this year. Even though this was not our year in wins and losses, I was so happy to do these videos for you each and every time we got to it. And you already know we're going to be bringing this shit back next April, so hopefully you guys will be along for the ride. Now, before you guys go, as always, you guys can never forget to do this. That like button, comment, share with friends, of course, super kick! That like button like only you guys can. Of course, you guys can never forget to do this as well. That subscribe button, become part of this bigger and dangerous alliance, and I will see you guys hopefully this week or next week for my 2019 NBA Finals prediction. Later days, guys, and peace.